So I got this lens a couple of months ago and I've been using it for various jobs. So for me, a wide angle lens like this, sometimes I'll use it during the reception when the dance floor gets really packed and crowded. If we have a Jewish wedding and they're doing a horror and they're lifting the couple above their heads on chairs and whatnot, that's a really good time to use it. But then I also do some commercial work where we do photographs of retail spaces, mainly restaurants and different stores. You know, prior to this, I had the Zeiss, the baddest, the 18mm or 17mm, whatever it was. It was a good lens, but there were times where I needed to go lower, where I needed to get down to 14mm, and this was great for that. So, Quirks and Features a la Dog DeMuro. One of the things I don't like about this lens is the zoom ring. For me, it goes the reverse way it should compared to when I was shooting with Nikon. When I was shooting with Nikon, I had their 14-28 and I absolutely loved that lens. Similar to that lens, the front of this is rounded, so you're not gonna be able to put a filter on the front. However, it does have a space on the back for you to put, you know, a drop-in filter. It does have a little autofocus lock button on the side here. It's not bad, it just feels different than the Sony. Like this one feels like it's more, I don't know if concave is the right word or whatever. I'll drop the correct word in later on after I look it up. But I don't know what the right word for it is, but the button itself feels like it's got more of a hump to it, whereas the Sony buttons feel like they're more this way, concave, convex, like, I don't know. The Sigma feels like it goes like this, the Sony one feels like it goes like that. I'm a photographer, like I didn't do well at English, even though it's the only language I know. Yo hablo muy poquito español, es terrible. That's all I know. Down here in South Florida, you gotta be able to tell people you don't speak Spanish and you speak it terribly. But here's some of the photos that I've shot with this lens. And like I said, most of the time when I'm doing these types of shoots, I'm setting up on a tripod. I'm trying to work around the waiters and the staff. I usually try to go, you know, ahead of time or after the fact in terms of before they open or after they close. Before they open is generally better because, you know, after they close, they're still cleaning up the place and they just want to go home. Whereas before they open, you know, they don't really mind moving out your way as much. It's hard to say that one wide angle lens is better or worse than the other because most of the time, at least when I shoot with this lens, I'm on a tripod. I'm shooting at higher f-stops. I'm shooting at like 5.6, f8, f11, f16, f22. Like you're not gonna be using this lens at 2.8 very often. Overall, I would recommend it. For the price point, it's good. Initially, I was a little bit concerned going with Sigma. You know, I used a couple of Sigma lenses when I had my Nikon. I had the 35, I had the 50mm, I also had their 135, and I had focusing issues with all of those lenses. This one, I haven't had any issues with it. Like, you know, maybe Sigma on mirrorless works better. Like, I don't know, but like, I haven't had focusing issues with this like I've had with Sigma lenses in the past. I don't know if that's just a mirrorless thing or if they finally got their act together or whatever, but from that standpoint, I can honestly say I recommend this lens. I haven't had any issues with it. But, you know, should you get this compared to, you know, the Tamron 17-28 or the baddest? Here's my thing. If you're gonna get a wide angle lens, you should probably go as wide as you can. I mean, there's gonna be scenarios where you can't back up any more than you already have. And having that 14 millimeters on here versus 17 millimeters on a different lens is definitely gonna come in handy. If you have any other questions about this lens, leave a comment below. If there's anything I haven't gone over in this video, or if you'd like to just see more photos or something like that, let me know. Overall, decent lens, good for the money compared to what I paid for the 14 to 28 when I was with Nikon. Like, this is a steal. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, hit that button. More videos coming soon. I'll see you at the next one. Peace.